A 19-year-old college student wanted to show his support for his dad, who served in the Army for 20 years, by hanging a U.S. flag outside his dorm room window. What's the big deal? School made him take it down. So should he be punished for his patriotic pride? Connor McIver is a freshman at the University of New Hampshire in Durham. He's with us today from the campus. And is it true you have with you, Connor, a flag?
I do, right here.
So you are holding it, and because it's not hanging outside your dorm room, you're not violating any rules. Describe to me, first off, why it's important for you to show your patriotism. How did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in a military family, as you referenced before. My dad was in the Army for 20 years. The first 12 years of my life, I grew up in the military, lived in 13 houses by the time I was 13. So not only did my dad go through a lot, but, so did the family. And, when I see the flag, I think of all we went through, as well as all everybody's going through right now, the millions of Americans out fighting for our freedom, what our country stands for, our constitutions, our freedoms, and our rights. I'd obviously like to see, to be reminded of that every day, as well as everybody else on campus.
So why doesn't the school see things like you see them, like your dad sees them, like many of our viewers sees them?
Well, I'm not saying that they don't. It's all a matter of policy. UNH is a great school. I love being here, but it's all wrapped up in the policy. It's murky water. But everybody I've talked to in the administration has been great as far as understanding me and understanding why I want to support my country. And it's not really an issue of patriotism as much as it is an issue of policy that's being wrapped up in here.
Here's what the school says. Television or radio antenna or any other objects which are placed outside the room or window or anywhere else on the exterior of the building or adjacent grounds, I guess, have to be taken down. So they can't change anything according to school policy until the spring, correct?
Yeah, that's the truth.
So if the school can't change, how do you expect to get the momentum and support and public behind you to get them to change before that, if it is indeed possible?
Well, one thing that the Director of Student Affairs in Department of Residence Life brought up was it's, much like a lease, for an apartment or a condominium, in that you can't change it midterm. I thought that was a good point, but the change I'd like to see to the policy adds more to the policy and gives more freedom and doesn't take away. So I don't see that as an issue because you're not restricting people's rights. You're giving them more rights.
You know what, Connor? It sounds like lawyerese. It seems like something they could change very easily with very little blowback. So, Connor, if you want to support Connor and show the University of New Hampshire that they should change their policy before the spring, friends at FoxNews.com. Connor, we're going to get you the emails if the public sentiment is indeed behind you, which I believe it is. Thanks for joining us this morning, getting up in the middle of the night and showing your patriotism by grabbing that flag. Your dad must be proud, Connor.
Thank you very much, Brian.
All right. Thank you very much.